guys, my name's Anston and I'm from Cupcake Heights. In today's tutorial video, I'll show you how to make a very easy coconut, yogurt and semolina cake. All you'll need is pretty much a bowl and a spatula. And let's begin. So guys, our next step would be just putting all the ingredients together. So I'm putting my semolina, the spices and the baking powder, the sugar, the coconut, and just give that a nice mix. Now, I've put a little bit of spice into this. You can always add more spices if you prefer. It depends on how strong you want your spices. And once that's done, add your melted butter. The best thing I like about this recipe is that I don't have to use a mixer. I do not have to use, a whisk or anything. All I just need is a bowl and a spoon. Now I've put it into separate containers just to show you, what I'm putting in, but you don't even have to do that. You can just put everything into a big bowl and just mix it around. Now, make sure you give that a nice mix so everything's mixed in well. You can always roast your coconut as well before you put it in, but I just like bits of white coconut through instead of having roasted coconut, but that's actually a personal preference at the end of the day. Once that's done, get your yogurt. Now, if your yogurt has a bit of liquid in it, that's completely fine. You're going to have to try to strain the liquid out. Make sure you scrape everything. Then combine it really well. Make sure everything's mixed in. So once your mix is ready, put it into your prepared mold. Now guys, you can also add a bit of vanilla essence into it as well, or vanilla paste if you have any at home, or you can completely leave it out. Now that's completely okay, up to you again. Just use a tablespoon as well to scoop this into your mold. Now once you have done this, use the back of your spatula or your spoon that you're using to flatten the top out, and make sure guys you scrape your bowl. Just the whole thing needs to be in. There you go. And just use your spatula to flatten it out. And just bang it on your countertop to push out any air bubbles that's in there trapped. And it also flattens the top out a bit. So guys, once you've leveled off the cake, put it into your preheated oven from 30 to 35 minutes. Now what I would tell you to do is, if you're not sure about the timing, always use a toothpick or a skewer to check for its doneness. If it comes out with little to no crumbs, take it out, because once you take it out, your cake will be still cooking. So you don't want the cake to be overdone and really dry. So guys, as your cake's in the oven and it's cooking away, you can start on your lemon syrup and the lemon. It's kind of candied, but it's not really candy. It's kind of like slightly fried up with the butter and the sugar. So as your butter is melting, put 3 tablespoons of sugar. You can use brown sugar if you want, but hey, the white sugar actually leaves a nice caramelization. And then just get a little spoon and mix it around. Now once it's starting to bubble up, that's when you get your lemon pieces, which I've sliced up really thin. Make sure you remove all the pips. Just put it on. And once that's done, give that a shake. You'll get a bit of caramelization and crystallization at the same time, but that's fine. It leaves a bit of a crunch on the lemons. Now this will take around 15-20 minutes. Depends on how high your heat is. I'm going to reduce the heat on mine because I want it to cook slowly. Now if you want it to cook faster, you can increase the heat if you want to. So guys, after I'm pretty much cooking this on the stove for around 15 minutes, it's been around 12 minutes or so now, it's actually gone brown. So now when you actually bite into the lemon slices, the rind is not going to be really hard. It's going to be sweet and soft. But if you want to cook it for longer, it's completely up to you. Now what I would do is actually take this off the stove, and I'd actually put it onto baking paper. Now, do not try taking this out right away because your cake will split if you try to take it out at once. Let it cool on the countertop for around 15 to 20 minutes or until you can actually touch the cake or the mold without actually burning your fingers. What happens is the steam that's formed inside the mold actually loosens the crust that's holding onto the cake tin, and then what happens, it just comes off when you turn it over onto your serving plate. So guys, now to finish off, the last step is to make the sauce. I've added another extra tablespoon of caster sugar. I'm just going to get all that caramelized, nice, gooey, caramelized lemony bits off. And to that, I'm going to squeeze half a lemon. Give that a nice mix. Probably take around 2 minutes. Surely not more. Make sure your flame's not too high because you don't want it to burn. You want to make sure that sugar that you added into your pan melts, and this caramelized bits melts into the syrup as well. So guys, now my sugar has melted and all the nice caramelized brown bits have melted into the syrup as well, and the mixture is starting to bubble up. So when that's happening, turn your flame off and put in your 2 tablespoons of yogurt. Just mix it in really well. Guys, I hope you enjoyed making the cake as much as I did. You do not have to put it into a Bundt tin if you do not have one. You can put it into any shape or size that you have. You can make it into a very thin cake or a really thick cake, and the topping could be whatever you want. As I've always said with my desserts, you can change the topping to whatever you want. So let me know how it goes. Do not forget to comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.